here. No. Leave it like that. Thank you. Boosh. Alright, we're gonna fade that away. That wasn't a very good fade. Alright, we're playing some Aviary Attorney. We're going to SGDQ? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so we got we have a group going on, man. We have me and Lemon, and then I don't know if you met them, but yeah, I think you did. Scott and Penguin, the other two that were hanging out with us. It's all good, man. You can't make it to everyone, I know. It's rough. It is expensive making it to every single GDQ, so trust me, I understand. You don't have to worry about going to all of them. Just pick and choose what you got, man. Just work with your team, your people, and stuff like that. So, all right, Adam, have fun. Enjoy your Inuyasha. But what's going on, Rose? But yeah, so it's gonna be the four of us. 2019. Hell yeah, dude. I'll probably go to that one too. Probably. Why is my pop filter all wonky? Okay. A bit of overkill. Inubutcha. I'm Lurbutt. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh yeah. Me, Lemon. Scott, Penguin. My buddy Tony wants to go. I'm still not entirely convinced that he is gonna go. But he has expressed interest in going, so I mean I'm assuming he will, but I don't know. I have my doubts. And then I got a buddy named Danimal Sounds who plays Pokemon Snap, and he is actually considered joining us too. For a couple of days, not the whole thing, but he has his arrangement dropped for like a couple of the days, so he's gonna maybe stay with us for a couple of days. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be packed though. Adam, why don't you buy a ticket? I mean, it's full now. You should have bought a ticket at the start, though. But how long have you been up? 5 minutes. So you have not missed much. I waited till Lemon finished, and I waited a few minutes because I was setting some stuff up. But yeah, 10 hours. I don't know what that means. Why didn't you do it 10 hours? Okay. All right. Anyways, you can come out now, brother. It's Sylvius. How'd it go? Better than we ever hoped for. The rooster is dead. The madam has tasted her first blood. Amazing. Completely worth getting shot for. A meddlesome falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon? Really? That tenuous wretch. Wretch? There we go. 10 hours? Never mind. Lasai. I don't know. You're going to have to explain it to me. Oh well. So he was the one who got shot. Yep, I knew it. I knew it was him. He floundered and bubbled around hopelessly. Madam thinks he's of some use, but really, he's as good as dead. Marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will be a reality in no time. To reason, brother. To reason. Tick tock, tick tock. Hope I don't harbor too much hate for the madam. You know the rooster was your friend, but the madam does what she does for the good of France. Boy, oh boy, this is awkward. Awkward. Never seen this visual novel? It's really good. It's really creative. It's less of a VN and more. It's got more interactive elements than I would say most VNs, but it's really good though. I'm enjoying it a lot. It has a couple of elements of like Ace Attorney where you have to like gather up evidence and use it in court, but it's a lot lighter on the elements there. So it is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What did you say? Wine sounds good. Cool. Butt's butt. Ah, butt. I'll take 2. Fetcher, get some drinks. It's your round. My round? No way, it's your turn. Does that matter? You still owe me for the omelet I generously paid for last Friday. Hold up, I ain't so good at mental arithmetic. Go? Yes. I'll create a distraction, you head straight for the back door. If we both stick around, we're both going to end up dead as soon as we rub the lioness the wrong way. If we both run, these two will probably shoot us in the backs. So the way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option. Don't argue. Once you're out, find Flirty and tell him what you think, what you've seen. Do this round, and I owe you 2 cents. Yep, and I'll hold you to them 2 cents. This Pierre such a miser. Anyway, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to the past time. Well, they have a gun question. Gun question? Do go on. Flintlock or percussion caps? What a delightful technical question, but I'm afraid there's no dispute here. Percussion caps are the future, hands down. You see, flintlocks are unreliable. Munition system no longer functions. Something is worthless. Percussion cap will always work as long as it's built the correct way, as long as the gun has no gunpowder. I suppose there's enough matter for loss. How does a brass cap cost flint compared to flint and steel? There's a little price here, I think. Alright, I brought drinks. One for me, one for you, one for you, one for... Hey, where's the little one? He's right. Huh! I lost him. You lost him? How'd you lose him? I think I dropped the ball on this one. Rip. I'll say. Adam's gonna string us up for sure. Reach my cover story. Can't let her find out about this. Can't let me find out about what? Oh, God. Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here weren't paying attention and let Sparrowson walk casually away. Adam. I'll give you 2 poses, 1 damn job. Doesn't matter. That little bird was dispensable for our plans, but Falcon isn't. What's important is that he's still here. Agreed. Let me quickly fill you in. As you probably know, we are planning to form a protest, an enormous protest on the 14th of this month. We intend to draw a massive crowd to the Place de la Concorde, there we go. Learn to speak. And then we shall march across the Tuileries Garden. Tuileries, yeah, who cares? I don't know how to speak French. So all these French words are weird. March across Tuileries. You intend to storm the Louvre? No, the Palais Royal. That's where the... I know that word. That's where the king and prime minister will be residing. I would like to go peacefully, but peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent, don't they? Exactly. And we can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution. You want me to prosecute the King of France? The King and Prime Minister. They're both responsible for rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of the revolution, we will drag both of those overpaid bourgeoisies over the streets. I accidentally moved forward. I think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose. It could certainly be done. If I were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months. Is your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs? You can't be serious. There's no alternative. The wheels of the revolution are already turning, and the revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then? You leave with us, man. Oh, we have a good eye on him. Good eye on him. Good eye on him. Good eye. After seeing the atrocious job you two did guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself, Falcon. You'll spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations. Absolutely. I'm not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute. I mean, it seems excessive, but you can trust me. No, I can't trust you. You promised to help me, but I know you don't actually believe in the cause of the Second Republic. If I give you 1 grain of freedom, you will undoubtedly flee. You're right. Come along, Falcon. It's a new day. Alright, where are we going to go? Let's go watch the cutscene. Then when we went at the tavern, Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. No, go away. Why? Steam. Stab it. Stab it, please. That's the whole story. So Severin Cockroach died at the hands of the rebels. That's right. Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor. Traitor? No, that's not alright. Falcon's not a rebel. He's just playing along so he can save his own life. Put the puzzle pieces together. Falcon has unwillingly leapt into the lion's den for the specific purpose of siding with the rebels. We're truly sympathetic to the rebel cause. That doesn't make sense at all. Falcon's never showed a rebellion streak. What do you know about Falcon's past? Not a lot. He's a private person. Has he told you that what he did during the July Revolution before he changed his name? He hasn't told me anything, really. Express, let me tell you about the man we call the Viridian Killer. Oh my goodness gracious! J-Man's with the host and Zella with the host. This is too much. This is not the game you should be hosting me for. Oh man. What's going on, folks? Howdy. Okay, we're going to Palais Royal. All right, now that's what we're going to do eventually. Let's go to the... I'll unhost you? Okay, cool. Just, reverse. Take it back. What's going on, folks? How y'all doing? Saba ping. Alright, fuck it. We're going to Tuileries. Tito! Takes 10 minutes to walk from the Place de la Concorde to this very spot. The Palais Royal lies 5 minutes north of here. Okay. The crowd will largely be large and slow. Am I hosting you? I don't trust my browser enough to check myself. I did not see a message saying that you do host me. No, I don't see it. Is this like Phoenix Wright? It is like Phoenix Wright, except it's a lot... I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is like a Kickstarter game, and apparently they were supposed to add like way more stuff, and then they just never did. Like that was like 2 years ago. It's their last update. They're like, we're working on bonus chapters. It's coming. And then like 8 months later, someone replies, they're like, you said it's coming, but I haven't seen anything, and they never responded. It's never been responded after that. It was 2 years ago. So it's kind of like Phoenix Wright. Kind of like on the base level. It's all about collecting evidence and going to court and submitting that evidence and using it to like break down counter cross-examination and stuff like that. But it's kind of devolved. I don't know if that's the right word. It's diverged from that path a bit, and it's kind of, there was only like 1 or 2 cases like that, and it sort of went into some other territories, which is interesting, and I like it. I just wish that there was more of it, and I wish it was a bit more substantial. But overall, I really enjoyed this game. So, the crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move. Have a logistic problem? Perhaps. The plan is to walk the crowd from here through Tuileries to Palais Royal. Darn it, must be auto-hosting someone else. It's all good. It's all good. Sounds awesome. I suggest it. I approve this game. Although I wouldn't get it until it's on sale, because it's like $15 or something like that. But I think you can get it on sale for half off. It's a good deal. It's fun. I enjoyed the elements of the first couple cases a lot, and it's kind of changed into more of a visual novel as the time has gone on. But yeah, Monka S. a little bit of Monka S. 24 seconds from beating your expert PB. Ooh. Plan is to walk the crowd from there, the Palais Royal, but if we take too long to pass through Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked or slaughtered. Why not just go around Tuileries? There's a nice wide main road that leads straight to the palace front door. You could avoid the gardens entirely. Makes for a better political statement, but I can't fault your reasoning. Going around would diminish our chances of being stopped and trapped. Indeed. Mini K. My expert PB is ass. Wasn't it Dallas? Or was that your last PB? How have your runs been, man? I kind of poke in from time to time, but I don't watch you as often as I think I should. Every time I do see you, like, you're always doing really well. Usually. Not always, but, you're usually doing Some pretty sick runs. J-Man with the cheer of 4 bits. Thanks. I also think I'm hot. You're hotter, though. PB did Monkey Ball 2. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. I'll pass the idea along to Piero and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds after all. Been sucking lately? Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, you can't always be on the up and up. Sometimes you gotta dip down. You know? Small PB, SMAL, sorry. All levels PB is 3230. I should have got a 31. Damn. Do you take breaks from playing Monkey Ball, or is it like almost exclusively Monkey Ball is what you do? It was a minute ahead, button to butt 10. Rip me. Red Rain Parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably. But I appreciate your input. I don't know if you genuinely want to help or if you're telling us that you want to hear out what I want to hear out of fear, but thank you. It's no problem. For the second public, yes. Exclusively Monkey Ball for now. Squid has awakened and returned. Suh, dude. Squib. Zella and Keto. Hell yeah, dude. The group is all here. The squad. Squad is rolled up. I finally followed. Hell yeah, dude. I even saw it. I was offline, but I had OBS open. And I thought, wowee. He took a nap, J-Mans. Let me guess. You have weapon supplier somewhere around here? Or maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant? I'm here for groceries. Oh. There's no need for that look. You think that just because I'm a gun-toting rebel, I don't need to buy food? Man, Beaumort. I ate Chipotle, it needed to zonk. That is a great sentence. The English language is beautiful in times. You know, like, people think that it's a gross bastardization of the European languages, but fuck them, alright? Fuck them. They have never read the sentence, I ate Chipotle and needed to zonk. Poetry right there. If this isn't Sautan, there we go. And Little Gambade. Growing bigger every time I see you. You have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. A policeman, a nasty, ugly policeman, is bullying people and revealing secrets on the whereabouts of revolutionaries. Zonk, but I haven't had Chipotle in a while, and I need it. I need it. I don't know why I don't go buy more Chipotle. It's so good. Keto's vocab is on. That's pretty good. I got that vocab from Simply. I had Quiznos. SimW. Chipotle is overrated? Nah, dog. Chipotle is top notch, man. I don't know what you're talking about. He's pushing around old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes, but then when the rat wasn't speaking up, the police drew his gun and shot him. The policeman shot the beggar just like that, but then the coward cop went and ran after we could turn on him. Policeman open your eyes. This is the regime as Parisians live under. Do you know Simply? I don't. I mean, I know of him. I don't actually know him, though. I'm not... Okay. Unpopular opinion. I actually don't like SM64 speedruns. Like, I never owned the game growing up, so I never really... I don't have that nostalgia factor of, like, being in love with that game. So there's that, right? And then SM64, yeah, I mean, I know it's a really popular speed game, and I can see why it's a popular speed game. It's just not for me, you know? Like, I respect people who run it, but I don't really care, to be honest. So whenever it's like, oh man, Cheese, dude, he's on a world record pace, I'm like, cool, good for him. Awesome. It's always cool. It's always cool to see people get world records in games, but at the same time, I just don't care, right? So I don't watch like Simply or Puncation or anybody else like that. I don't watch them. Not because I'm like, oh, these people suck and I hate their game. It's just like, I don't get anything out of it, you know? I think her cheese hasn't been doing much. I like watching OOT. In fact, I watched that game like a lot. But I've never actually run OOT, and I kind of wanted to do any percent like what Lemon is doing right now. I talked to him about maybe us doing like any percent together, but then he went off and did it, and I never did. I said fuck it, I'm not gonna try right now. It is fun to watch. I think Zelda in general is way more interesting just because of like all the glitches and crazy shit you can do. So that's the thing that I love about it. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? Why do you think I'm making so hard? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. This can't be right. Something has to be missing from Sante's story. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Make it quick. What do the policemen look like? I didn't get a good look, but he was tall and ugly and mean looking, and he had one eye. One eye. Yep, he had one of them pirate patches. There's no way. Ring any bells, Falcon? I know a man who fits the description. Simply couldn't be him. You watch Punkhead when he plays Monkey Ball? Hell yeah. Always watched the Zelda games, never really played much of them other than Breath of the Wild, which I loved. Breath of the Wild is an outlier in the Zelda series, I would say. Yeah, it was just sort of like a reimagining. Sort of like it was a breath of fresh air, you know, if you could think about it that way. So, like, it kind of broke away from the formula a lot of standard Zelda games, which is why it's really good. But just the format in general was really fun too. So, but like if you try to play Breath of the Wild and then Ocarina of Time, like they're such different experiences. They're not really in the same genre. It's weird that they're in the Breath of Fresh Air. It's weird that they're in the same series because they're like really not the same game. Oh, just go soak your fat head, J-Mans, with the unfollows. But you know what I mean? So, not to say that the older games are not fun or not good games, but they're just different. Like the first Zelda is the only one that's really comparable to. Yeah. See, refollows. The first Zelda and Breath of the Wild are like the only ones that are comparable, like in concept. Obviously not in gameplay, because the gameplay in the first one is ass, right? But yeah, in the later ones, it's really nice. When the power went out is why I stopped playing. Rip. I've been there before. I've totally been there before. I remember I was playing Pokemon in the car with my mom, and she was driving obviously, and I wasn't driving, and I was on Nugget Bridge, right? It was in blue. Yeah, I played blue, not red. It was in blue. We were at Nugget Bridge just above Cerulean City, and I was like, okay, there's one more guy I gotta fight. My battery is blinking red. I'm gonna fight him, and then I'm gonna save, right? And I was in the middle of fighting. I was getting really close to the end of the fight. Batteries died. I lost all my progress from like 4 hours. I'm like, fuck. Well, I didn't say fuck. I was like, oh man. Never played it. I didn't play it for a while. Nugget Bridge. I'm gonna stream anyway, so joke's on you, Sonny. You caught missing no and you fucked your game up. Yeah, that is always, it's so weird. Missing no. It's so weird that was like a thing that everyone knew about due to public perception. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly. I think I should bite my tongue until I learn a little more, until I'm a little more certain. There we go. Let's see here. Who was the rat? Do you, by chance, play any trading card games? No. Back in the day, I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards, but never played them. Yeah. So I don't really play any of those. I played Hearthstone for a little while, but I'm not really into it too much. What else? I've watched Magic the Gathering, but I don't understand how it works. So And one of the reasons why I don't like TCGs is because I don't like spending a ton of money on cards, and like they have to you have to do it constantly. You know what I mean? I carry around 4 TCG decks with me everywhere, but never get to use them. Just walking into the grocery store. Walking to the grocery store, the cashier is like, total's gonna be $22.50. Well, I draw 2 power cards and summon Charizard in attack mode. I'm like, damn it. Cashier's like, oh, fine, all right. Here's Blastoise with 2 power cards. You've activated my trap card. Bring me that shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Going all in. Rigged. Rigged. Rip Keto, rip J-Mans. Can I ban? No, you can't. You can't do that, sir. Alright, he was kind of a loner who hanged around asking for scraps of food and cents. Didn't even know his name. That's so sad. Did he have no family? No support? Asking these questions to see if there was perhaps some reason why this particular rat was killed. It appears it was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic. Okay. If the policeman did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation. If the police care about one of their own, there was one bloke asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman. Go on. He was this charming fox. Bernard. A friend of yours? Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Sees he never butt her. It's pretty good. Everyone's freaking gambling? Yeah. People love to gamble. I mean, we got all these points, and you gotta use some on something, you know? And gambling, that was such cancer. Like, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of fun to have something that you have points and people can just kind of play for fun, but, yeah. Chat has become Vegas as of late. One of the reasons, honestly, why I did it was because if you donate to me, then you would gamble my dignity. If you donate to me, then you get points. So I was kind of hoping that like some gambling maniac would come in, run out of points, and then like donate $5 to get points, gamble them all away, then buy more. Not that it would work, and it never has worked. I don't think in my entire streaming setup that I've had it this way, it's never worked where someone bought points. But it's always whatever. I do it for fun. Nobody really even uses them. That's what Need for Speedruns did to me. Sly bastard. I got the idea from watching High Five to Safety, or Slade as he is now. He bought 3,000 bits. Oh, he did? Past 2 days, goodness. And then gambled it all. Lost it. For what? For what? Squid coins? No offense. Squid coins don't mean anything. That's okay. Started streaming poker. Maybe someone would do that. Hell yeah, you're right. Told him, yeah. Gosh. So whenever I was in your stream and I just gambled it all away, like, because they meant nothing to me, I would just throw them away. So I said, gamble them all. I don't care. And I won. Cool. Hang on to them. A little while later, fuck it. I don't care about these points. Gamble it all. All in, I win. Okay, cool. And then he's like, what? Oh, you went all in? You won? Oh man, you want to do it again? I'm like, yeah, I will, because I don't care. Gamble it all, lost it all. Cool. Still, nothing's changed for me. So, I don't know. People are silly. I watched an anime called Akagi, which is all about gambling, and it's super good. It's super good anime, but just like the concept of like you have to be dead to the game in order to live, right? Like if only you were dead, then you could have survived. Because you didn't care, because you didn't hold back, you went all for it. You went all in, right? Because you went all in, that means like you didn't care. And because you went all in and because you didn't care, you win. Kaiji, you told me about Kaiji, and I haven't gotten around to watching it, but yeah. Make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Gambade safe. Of course, you stay safe yourself. Akagi was really good. The thing that sucks though is that the anime, the second season or the second half, they just never finished it. And they just dropped it off at the very end, and I was like, oh, this is dumb. Visitors, Monsieur Vulpes. Really, Falcon? What do you hope to accomplish in this sleazy back alley establishment? Sleazy? Madam, my back alley office is perhaps a little clustered and eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze. Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Vulpes, this is Madame Beaumort, a friend of mine. Private investigator, at your service. It's a pleasure to meet you, madam. How stoic. I'm sure you have pressing questions to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there's something I must tell you. Monzo Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation. Is he alright? Oh, yes. He is now working with Inspector Valerty, attempting to unravel the rebel plot. It appears your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic. Perhaps, perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. But you know, he asked me for the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was? Of course. Such information is valuable. I would say it's 30 francs valuable. I happen to have 30 francs, so sure, why not? Here's your money. Very good. Sparrowson asked me if you were the Viridian killer, the one responsible for the random bombing during the July Revolution 18 years ago. Why on earth would he ask that? Perhaps the inspector has been telling him stories. So what did you tell him? The truth, of course. That is, that I have no idea who the Viridian killer is, and that I knew it couldn't have possibly be Falcon. How do you know that I'm not the Viridian killer? Heh, Falcon, please. You're a semi-drunk, bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. I started my own investigation of the Viridian killer. Fascinating stuff. Apparently he has seen multiple places at once, which leads some to believe that he is actually more than one person. And do you know why they call him, or should I say them, the Viridian killer? It's the greenish color, isn't it? I don't have a clue. Crimson Killer would be a much cooler name. Indeed, Crimson Killer would be a cooler name. I'm guessing because Zella and Jamin said Akagi that they both watched it. It's a good show. The reason I watched that was because someone from the Melee community said like it changed their life, and that it's all about like Melee, like the concepts of Akagi are like pertinent to Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and so that's why they watch it. So I watched it and I'm like, damn, you're absolutely right. This is life changing. So it's good stuff. Truly fascinating, but perhaps we can return to the conversation while we're here. Mr. Vulpes, we heard you were investigating the murder at La Halls. I was. The victim was a friend of Mousie's, more of an acquaintance, really. We want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads? Any juicy clues? It's quite a peculiar case. You hear the murder wore an eye patch. I did. You know what that implies, don't you? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person, who wears an eye patch. Indeed. It's Valerty. Where is Valerty? There he is. The inspector. That can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Viridian killer. Who's to say he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of an arch enemy? Time is pressing. We have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave. Understood. Until next time. It was a pleasure meeting you, madam. The lioness looks pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood? Just like 1830? Yes. It will. I watched it in high school, which is why I recommend Kaiji 2. Same art style, same creator, different protagonist. Is it like the same story style? Like, I really like the Mahjong stuff. Even though I don't know how to play Mahjong, I kind of learned a little bit about how to play Mahjong. But I imagine the whole thing isn't going to be about Mahjong specifically. So I'm just curious, like, is it about gambling in that sort of style, or is it something else entirely? Same type of story, but it's different gambling. Okay, so it's not Mahjong. You know how to play it? Like, I have... Okay, so first of all, I have a basic idea of how to play Mahjong, but I've never played Mahjong, you know? Like, I played, like, games like Gin Rummy and stuff like that. So I have, like, an idea. In watching the show, I have a decent idea of what to do or how it's played. I just don't actually know how it's played. Like, if you sat me down in front of a table, I'd be like, then like, as soon like 3 turns in, someone would be like, Ron, Ricci, throw a couple of sticks in the middle. Like, to put it in perspective, it makes a single game of rock, paper, scissors seem fucking intense. Dope. Is it actually like rock, paper, scissors? Or is it like cards? Or I'm just curious like what it is. The Palais Royale. Look at this disgusting den of fat cat bourgeoisie and hypocritical politicians. I think it's probably in there as we speak. Probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine while he posts about being the perfect citizen king. Low-key a gambling master. It's because I'm like Akagi, you know? I don't care. Unless it's like, I don't know. I don't actually play with like real money stuff. So that's the real mastery, right? Is I don't ever play. One section of the anime is rock, paper, scissors with cards. Okay, gotcha. Did you come here just to moan about the king? No, I've come to assess the potential battleground. On the day of the rebellion, I might order Piero to set up a barricade over there. What do you think? Right outside the Palais Royale? Of course, it's the perfect place for a defensive garrison. We can gather furniture from nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police. When the time is right, it will serve as an ideal location to launch our assault on the palace. You actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence. Of course, he will never abdicate on his own volition. It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to be realistic. There's no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there? I think there are ways. There are ways. People look back at the violent moments of history, the execution, the wars, the bloody revolutions. But who's to say that a country could not be overturned just through the chance of the people? I would love for such a thing to be possible. Maybe. It would be better to avoid building the barricades. At least until it's clear that violence is inevitable. That's a good compromise. Hell yeah. Our boy Sparrow Son? So, I don't know if you remembered, but last time we went into the tunnels to go find the rebels, and then we had that little impromptu court session for our boy Severin Cocorico, and then they killed him, so now he's dead. So yeah, and then they captured us, and they're like, "You're gonna be part of our revolution now." But then Falcon created a distraction, and he says, "Sparrow Son, get out of here! Go, shoot! You know, go back to the police. Go tell them what's going on." And then like he skipped out, and then we're still stuck there. So we have to spend all our time with the revolution leader. She won't let us out of her sight. But Sparrow Son is off with the police, helping them out. This is the day we make our stand. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Place de la Place de la Concorde. Piero is making preparations to build and arm a barricade near the Palais Royale. Just as a precaution, you understand. The only question that remains is, are you ready? Sure. Nope, not at all. You want me to prosecute the king and prime minister if and when you drag them from the palace, right? Well, I've had no time to prepare. I have no evidence on hand. This whole trial is going to be one big fiasco. This revolution will succeed, and those in power will see justice. That's all that matters. Come on, we'll see how the protest is going. The air is thick with chants, shouts, and cheers of hundreds of protesters. Mounted soldiers stand shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance to Tuileries. I know the Second Republic had this many supporters. You didn't think they were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for a revolution runs deep in the city. Everything's in place at the Palais Royale, ma'am. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. Then we can all storm the building and drag that cocky king out of his chair. It's been a change of plans. We're still going to protest, but we're going to do it peacefully. No firing from behind the barricades. No violence. No capture of the king or prime minister. Are you feeling all right? Quite all right, thank you. But what is your desire for a better France? You cannot achieve that without bloodshed. We can certainly try. Falcon convinced me. Seems like the Christian approach, wouldn't you say, Friar? I see. So that's how it is. Excuse me, madam. The Friar disapproves of the new strategy. He probably thinks I've gone soft, and maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path, even if each and every rebel leaves my side. We're not here for the violence, madam. As long as you strive for a better France, we'll always stand with you. Hell yeah. It's a true lad. Sparrowson? Sparrowson is the truest of lads. The stupid bullet wound. The damn thing's opened again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The Mademoiselle refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. It appears that the lawyer Falcon is something of a lion tamer. That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. If there is no violence, there will be no power gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim, you find the suspect. You're still injured. Look at those scum, foul vermin, the lot of them. Mark my words, Sparrowson. Every one of those petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. They don't look too violent to me. Trust me, this is just how the crowd looked before the July Revolution. It only takes one crazy individual, the entire crowd will explode. Hey, it's you, Friar. It's good to see you again. No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You're needed urgently on the Place de Concorde. At the Concorde. Fuck it. It's the Concorde. That's all we're going to say. Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty? There's no time to explain. Any minute now. Ah, do you hear the gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector. We must take haste. I really don't think you should be trusting this Friar. He's a two-faced wolf. Remus has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. Inspector, this isn't up for discussion, Sparrowson. I have a duty to uphold. I'll be back in no time at all. What should I do now? Oh God, Sparrowson, what are you going to do? Gunshot. It was nearby too. The Friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madam. I can't afford to take chances, not now. March the crowd to Palais Royal and construct the barricade. Fontaine, Falcon, we're going to find a source of this disturbance. Mon Dieu, a body! The woman was the target of the gunshot we heard. I don't see a shooter. Inspector? Falcon? Well, I should have known that Viridian Killer would have had a part in this. What do you have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air. And all of a sudden, this brute of a police officer yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel!" He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through the heart. What are you prattling on about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. It's hardly surprising me the member of police would have been the one to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's take a breath, examine the situation. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Were you the policeman who killed the rat at the halls, too? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim? There's no way this is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. A foolish fool makes a foolish fool. Fool. Mistakes. Fool. But open your damned eyes. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. Don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. I know this man. His name is Inspector Valerti. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Now I'm done taking chances. Help me escort this invalid to Pierre's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. Von Karma? Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way this is the work of the police. I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot this far away from the police line doesn't make any sense at all. That's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire. There's no use dawdling. I'll be at the course off the street. We're going to examine the body first. We agree that this wasn't the work of Inspector Flaherty, right? Then there must be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. You have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading up to the barricade, whether you're done here or not. Okay. Looks like a handprint made in blood. I don't think so. It's the handprint of the left hand on the girl's left shoulder, which means she can't have gone like this. It's like a this on her back. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. But if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer. It has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did they solely their hands in the girl's gunshot wound, or was that prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here and not time for thorough investigation. Bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it? Looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry to the back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know, its caliber. You're hoping the caliber of the bullet is different from the caliber of the inspector's gun. That would conveniently get the one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. The bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. You need to see the bullet. How do you retrieve the bullet? Retrieve? You mean dig it out. Assume you have a little more experience in the area than I do. I'll take a moment. 1. Use bullet. Standard lead rifle or pistol ball, but I'm afraid I can't tell you its caliber. The bullet's fragmented upon impact. I gathered all the pieces, but I can't assess its diameter with any accuracy. I would guess that it's still 13 to 17 millimeters. Okay. I think this is everything, right? Oh, face. I don't know. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among the thousands who live in Paris. Who is she? Where does she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. But in the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. I can't afford not to. Good shit, Falcon. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about before her death. Oh. This girl is faking her injury. For the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. Nope, nothing. I think this is everything. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. Alright. Let's move the body off the street and hurry into the Power Royale. Well, we got some really good clues. So we see that there was a bloody handprint, and then there's a fragmented bullet, right? So we can see the bullet. Also, we know that the entry was from the back. So the story was that hands in the air, walking to the police line, and then they shot, right? But as you can see, the bullet came in through the back, which means that she was shot from behind, which means that she didn't see her murderer, probably. We can assume. Or we are assuming that she didn't see her murderer. So she was murdered in cold blood, not with her hands up facing the police. Next, we have a ball, right? So we can see the fragmented bullet. We can tell what the size of the bullet is, roughly. We can't get an exact measurement, but we could tell if it's like a rifle shot or if it's like a pistol shot. So that's useful. Next, boosh, bloody handprint. So we know that the victim couldn't have made the print on herself, right? So that means the killer had to make that print. So then why is there blood, right? Either the person dug with their hands into the wound, or they already had blood on their hands. And that could, so let's go with both possibilities, right? So they put their hand in there. So if they put their hand in the wound, they might have been messing with the bullet. Maybe they were like messing with the size of the bullet hole, right? So it's possible that they're tampering with that evidence, or maybe they're pushing the bullet in further or something. That's an option, but probably not. The other thing is they could have blood on their hands already. And the only person that I can think of that already has blood on their hands is Sylvius, who is the wolf who got shot. So because he's already been hit and he's like, oh, the wound keeps opening, you know, I'd imagine he might have blood, his own blood on his own hands. And then when he grabbed the woman to shoot her, that's when he got the blood on there. So that's my thoughts. This is Sylvius. Madame's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal. The Prime Minister will flee. And then... Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince One when you saw him. You're Prince One? Indeed. You're Judge Romulus. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque monsieur. And just moments ago, I saw you murder a maiden in the Place de Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? As if you have any proof for any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know that you're one half of the Viridian Killer. On any other day, I would gut you where you stand, Fox, but as it happens, I'm a little busy today. The Viridian Killer is too busy to kill me. Is that the truth, or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, Mr. Vulpes. Sparrow Son, perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian Killer. This guy? He's the Viridian Killer? He looks like Judge Romulus to me. You would be right about that too. So he's two scumbags in one. Indeed. Ow. Mind the wound. Quit your whining, Your Honor. Are you winning, Sparrow Sonny? I'm gonna replace winning with CC Champ. I think I'm gonna do it like this week. Just gonna get it out of there. I like CC Champ way better than I like winning, so I'm gonna get rid of winning, put CC Champ in, and then nice. Then after that, I actually don't know if I want to put CC Never W as my $5, but I think I like that as 10. I like that as the $10 slot. So I'll probably leave that as 10, and then I'll put CC Champ as my $5. That'll probably be best. I might replace the jam session one, but I don't know what to replace it with. That's the problem. I love the jam session emote. It's a great emote. Boop. But I don't know what to do with it. I'd rather give a better $25 emote. That'd be sweet. So tell me, boy, now wouldn't that be sweet? Ooh, wee, ooh. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He is something of a notorious killer, after all. He's got here. Here we are. A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find? This is an eye patch? Why does the wolf want an eye patch? He's framing. This is bad. Very bad indeed. I don't get it. There's no time to explain. Mousy. What is it, Monsieur Vulpes? What is it? Take this eye patch to JJ Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palais Royal right now. Tell him that this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry now. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian Killer pair before something terrible happens. What am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus. What a strange day. Very nice takedown. What you missed was that, okay. I'm trying to remember when you were here last. Rose, so, Renaud shows up and he talks to Romulus, or Sylvian, whatever his name is. He's talking to the bad wolf who's wearing in a suit and a top hat, the other brother of the friar. And he walks up to him and he says, he's like, you killed, Sparrowson saved the day. Yeah, he really did. You're welcome. He says, you killed that maiden in the street. You know, you killed that mouse in the halls. And you are the Viridian killer. Or you're one half of the Viridian killer. And he's also said you were also shot by the Croque Monsieur. You killed the Croque Monsieur. And there was one other thing I forgot he said. But anyways, he said you're the guy who's been messing everything up. And I'm trying to think where else to go with this. Yeah. And then Sparrowson shows up, just chilling, right? And they take him down. So he captured Romulus, and then he checked his pockets. He found a gun, which he used to kill the Mademoiselle. And then he also found an eye patch, which he used to impersonate Inspector Valerty and frame him. Rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, we were seen at the halls. Witness saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today, a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl, again, completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. Madame Beaumont, stop. The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed. I'm done listening to your suggestions. He's as guilty as every other monster that in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend you hear him out. Give me 5 minutes, and I can convince you that this inspector is innocent. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madam. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine. He thinks I'm the Viridian killer, but I'm not. Just throwing that out there. So first of all, let's recap what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where was that friar? He escaped as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Said he had some business to attend to. Man, oh man, those barricades look pretty scary. But I wasn't fear. I'm a brave duck. I'm General Officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong, truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for. Hello, officer. Ah, you scared me. I'm Friar Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp and overheard a conversation. Do go on. They said they're going to launch an assault very soon. When they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace. What'll we do? Simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. It's the only way you can be able to be sure to survive. Total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, aren't you a Christian? Yes. So what? I don't know. It just seems your idea seems a little... It doesn't seem very Christian-y. What'll we do? You think this is a moral issue? Well, let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. This is only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand? That's an awful lot to take in. It's you or them. Oof. Only remember what we had to say. Present your case and what you can recall. I will, but I want you to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Oh, it's you, Massey. Mr. Falcon, special livery from Ronald Vulpes. What is this? An eye patch. It was found on Remus's brother's clothing. This is an eye patch belonging to Drudge Romulus. Where is Romulus? No time to explain. Just take it, take it. I have to run. Do your best. Bye-bye. No time to see. Go, go, go. You quite done? Yes, very much so. Let's begin this trial. Let's remember what the friar said. The Mademoiselle was approaching the police line. Friar said the girl was approaching the police line at the time of the shooting. This didn't occur at any police line. It didn't occur there. It was a good 50, maybe 100 meters away. So what? So what? It's a severe discrepancy in the friar's account of events. There's a police line there, then it moved. Maybe the fire was mistaken. Maybe it was just a single officer. Does it really matter? Yes, it matters. If it was a single police officer, then it would be more private confrontation. Well, I don't buy it. I guess I don't have a question. Friar Remus. Plus, if she were approaching the police line, she wouldn't have been shot in the back. Very astute. I mentioned that, but I don't know if you remember that or not. But good observation. If she was butt approaching the police, she butt have been shot in the back. Well, if she was butt approaching the police, then maybe she would have. She was shot in the back. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know. I remember seeing the bullet wound myself. But that's quite a glaring inaccuracy of the wolf's testimony. It's an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot from the front or the back? She died with the pig's hands. It does matter. If the girl was shot from the front, then this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. But if she was shot in the back, then what? This could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. Madam, you're missing the point. A shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy, professional attack. Therefore, this is not an ordinary police confrontation. You assume that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. She was scared by the police and started running away, shot in the back, fled. It isn't possible. If the girl were running away, she would have been at least a couple steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? But I know the killer is standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. How can we possibly know that? Is that the case? Take a look at this. It proves that to a less than a meter away. No, it doesn't. It's completely unrelated. Oh, damn. I saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. Why would you make that? What do you make that? The bloodstain belonged to the victim. It was a print of the left hand on the girl's left shoulder near her upper back. The angle and position of the print indicate it could only have been caused by another person. This is why I'm certain that the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made by the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. He must have wiped his hand off in the girl's clothing after he already died. But if that's the case, then the suggestion my scenario is still possible and was running away when she was shot. That's... Still trying to work out the details. But I know that the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured and his hand was already covered in blood. And now you present me with the baseless drivel. Where do we go from here? How does this handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Do you find something funny about the situation? This whole trial was patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. Literally. It's kangaroo court. There's something particularly funny about that last exchange. You're both so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark. Of course. Well, madam, what do you say to that? Maybe the handprint came from an accomplice, or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident, or it feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. I don't have a solid explanation. I must concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, the person who left that mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains to say it, I must concede the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. No, there's still the matter of the incident in the halls. I would know nothing about it. Ha! As if you don't know, a beggarette was shot and killed in the halls a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one. Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss. But I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation. Madam, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much, only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government about around a month ago. That's a half-truth. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police. I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find definitive proof. Anyways, it turns out my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended. I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus's person moments ago. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It's part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else. You're saying that he shot the beggar rat just to frame the police inspector. Exactly. It's no coincidence Friar Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today. Remus was in on it too. Two wolves working together to make their policeman look like a murderer. But why? Why would they do that? To rile you up, madam. To make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded. I've been so stupid. How could I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? Go, Inspector. You're free. You letting him walk? Of course. It would be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid. You're reckless. But you fought beak and talon for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect you weren't the Viridian killer at all. It certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. You're still hunting the villain? Maybe you should speak with Renard Vulpes when this is all over, I mean. I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knows something. It appears your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillery then. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff until things blows over. So, we're going to continue our protest peacefully. We're going to stand here, chanting and shouting, until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. It might take days or weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed... Well, look who returned. I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unharmed. Why did you let him go? We all had a discussion, and we came to the conclusion I had been misled by a couple of wolves. How many lies have you fed me, Friar? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help my brother kill a beggar rat in the halls? Help your brother? Sorry. You like your new house? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. New house hype? Let's get some fucking new house hype in the chat. Did you watch the girl die out of that Plasta Concord? Now that I think about it, even the Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. You know this guy's a scumbag, at least. Pierre is right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madam. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, madam. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Falcon, you have proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? You know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be. I said this will be a bloodless revolution, and I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf. Completely unprecedented. You've buckled all my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done. Well done, Falcon. You have demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. Fortunately for both of you, I'm no pacifist. Shooting himself in the head? What a loony. Hardly surprised the wolf will be too cowardly to face a real punishment. This isn't right. No, that's not what I meant. I meant this doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. That comment of his is almost like, I think we should get out of here. All of us, right now. Oh, that was a gunshot. Really close too. Can't it? It's me or them. Hold your fire. I can't afford taking chances. It's me or them. Fire every cannon. He's fearless. The fearless General Beck. Oh no. Can anyone hear me? Piero, Fontaine, hello. I'm here, madam. Falcon? Of all the people. I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper overseeing that dead girl? Or was it earlier when I shot the prosecutor? Or was it earlier still when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? Call of Duty 7 leaked footage. I made a lot of mistakes. We've all made mistakes, madam. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Can you move? I don't think so. Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble. Where are we? Who knows? Dear Monsieur Vulpes. Sparrow Son. Leave. Be free. I'm writing to you from the Meow Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. I decided to take your advice and have gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain? The Second Republic taking over? It's all crazy stuff. Before I left, I asked if... You asked if I knew anything what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report. It says Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. Also says police didn't find a body. Same as Leone Beaumont. Weird, huh? Rumors that he probably blown away by cannon fire, but that doesn't sound right to me. He was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. He's still out there. It's possible, isn't it? Anyways, I should wrap up this letter because I'm about to reach my stop. Vienna. I'll let you know how Sid and his parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely. Is that the end? See a person selling Millam strudel? PBS, delicious. That's what. Bits. We got $3 worth of bits. Oh, that was it. That was the end of the game. Rip. I thought it would go longer than that. A little anticlimactic. Yeah, so anyways, I sense a sequel. I mean, possibly. I would like a sequel. I like the game. I think that if they wanted to, they could take something similar to this style, or they could come up with their own style. And housewarming bits, hell yeah. I think they could come up with their own style and write their own cases and come up with a totally awesome style game that is just like this. You know, like that focuses more on end of Route C. The ending you received was determined by the decisions made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Yeah. I don't know if I want to play more. We could. I wonder if we could redo the trial of day 3. If we redid the trial on day 3, we might have a different ending, but then we have to play the whole thing again. That'd be like an hour. So I don't know if I want to do that. I don't really want to end the stream right now, but I don't know. But yeah, I think the guys behind this game obviously have the writing and the what do you call it? The ideas behind, or that would be required to make a good like attorney game, like Ace Attorney, right? And I don't know if this was even successful for them. I don't know if they're. I have been to their website and I have not seen anything from that company in like 2 years. I searched high and low to see if they were working on anything new or what, and I cannot find a single thing about Sketchy Logic and what they're working on. Not on their Facebook page, not on their Twitter or their Tumblr or their standalone website or Steam or anything. I can't find a single thing on what the company is working on. They've gone silent. So I don't know what that means. I would love to see more of this game or this style of game. And I would like to see some improvements because I know that these guys have what it takes to make a good game, and they just need to work on more of it. So hopefully they come up with something else. I'm interested to see what they're going to do next. If they're going to do anything at all next, I would like to see that. But my thoughts are they might not. We might not see anything else from this team, which is a shame. But
It's how game dev goes sometimes, you know? Like they spent like 2 years working on this game, and I think it came out to like moderate review, you know? People were like, yeah, this is okay. Like I paid money on Kickstarter, but you know, it's okay. It was a shame. But what can you do? Okay. Before I move on, I was gonna say I was thinking about